Hello everyone, and I'm so excited to be back to my channel. I have come out of the trenches of no ideas. Midterms just passed and I decided to force myself to brainstorm some video ideas. And what more fun would it be to go down memory lane? You remember when you first go into your first pop group? Well, I do, and let's say there were some sus moments. No more stalling, so let's get on to the video. I became an ARMY in October 2018. And at the time I was still pretty heavily involved in another fandom. I told myself I was only going to stan BTS. So I rejected any idea of me listening to any other group. Foolish of me, honestly. I feel like most K-pop stans start with BTS and branch off into other groups. If you only listen to BTS, I applaud you. Cause I could never. There are so many bops from other groups and soloists. Like my second group was GOT7. While I don't stand them anymore, BTS branched me off into them for a little while, and the cycle just repeated. Second, all K-pop fans have those two members that they would always switch up, and looking back you realize they look nothing alike. Now I'm kinda embarrassed, but for BTS I would confuse Jin and Jimin. I know it's embarrassing, but I was really having a hard time trying to tell them apart. When I was getting into EXO I couldn't tell who was Suho, or most recently with 17. I would mix up Mingyu and Wonwoo, and I couldn't point out Hoshi for the longest time. Learning 17 was honestly harder than learning NCT. Third, you try to mention your pop group in every chance possible. So in 2018 I was a freshman. My teacher at the time gave my history class a project about an aspect about world history. My friend who was a new K-pop stan as well, we chose to do a project about the Korean wave. You could only imagine how happy I was to talk about BTS in a non-fangirl way. As for that next semester in my speech class, I ended giving a presentation about the history of boy bands. And I assume you can connect the dots again. Giving that presentation made me happy to realize how many pop fans were. Fourth, you try to seek out as much merch as possible. And I was one of the many K-pop stans that bought that merch. If you don't know what I am talking about, I'll post some photos. But I have evolved with my merch taste and won't make those mistakes again. And in my defense, most of the merch I received were from family members who had no clue what K-pop was. Fifth, attempting to learn Korean. Now I know we all came up with the bright idea that we were going to learn Korean for our K-pop groups. But like most of us, we give up in the early stages. And I was one of those people. While learning Korean would make variety shows so much easier, but it would take away the experience. Like, one reason I like K-pop is that I don't know what they are saying, but it sounds so good, and I feel like knowing what they are saying would take that away. Sixth, trying to learn a K-pop choreography. Dance is such a huge aspect of K-pop, and what fan would I be if I didn't learn a dance to a BTS song? The song that got me to official stan BTS was Blood, Sweat and Tears. So my friend and I tried to learn the dance to Blood, Sweat and Tears. Y'all, when I say it was bad, I honestly wish I recorded it because it was horrendous. Blood, Sweat and Tears should not be the first K-pop dance you learn. Luckily later on my own I was able to get Go Go, Mic Drop and Silver Spoon down. Seventh, now this might be a little PG-13, but I know you all know what Wattpad is, and Wattpad is just something else. The day BTS find Wattpad fanfiction, I'm deleting all social media platforms. I don't have time to get sued. Cause big hit, don't be playing with those lawsuits at all. But I know you have read some sort of K-pop fanfiction. 8 is piggybacking off of 7 somewhat. When I was a new ARMY getting into BTS, I stumbled across ships in BTS. And for some small amount of time I thought some of these ships were more than ships. But I've become better and I know that these idols are friends and brothers. I doubt they see each other in that way, but I must admit I used to be a shipper back in my beginner stages. Last but certainly not least is feeling overwhelmed by all the K-pop. K-pop is supposed to be a hobby. I don't revolve my day around BTS or 17. Yes, I do my best to watch their performances, or YouTube content, but it's impossible to watch everything, purchase everything, and absorb everything that they put out. I would feel like a bad fan if I didn't stay up to 12 AM waiting for the new song to drop, when in fact I had plenty of hours in the day to listen and stream that song or album. Don't let nobody shame you for how you support idols. It's honestly not that deep, and at the end of the day, Whether we like to admit it, these idols will retire and there will always be new groups coming after them. So missing a comeback won't hurt you, nor will not attending a concert. Just enjoy. Hello and thankful for staying to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed and tell me if you have been through any of the stages I listed. Do you have any similar stories to mine? If not, it's fine. Please stay safe and take care of your health. Bye Queens, bye Kings.